Working with Rollins.
Something.
Dr. Boom.
I'm going to read.
Read.
Not too long after Kofi Tobikwache had been appointed Minister for National Security and had therefore necessarily become very close to Rawlings, and at a time when I was also very free with Nana Konedu, she called me one day and gave me a message to deliver to Tobikwache as follows. Kokache Utotobino say, Unimsania misibre ansa meri jimi kunu efri kojo chikata ni PV obin semua anka nyese ono so aba obe pese obejine free mensem biono. To wait, go and tell that your Totobi that if he knew how I struggled to snatch back my husband from the clutches of Kojo Chikata and PV Obing, he would not be making the mistake of he also wanting to snatch him from me again. Obviously, a very jealous wife, Nana Konedu must have seen these working colleagues of her husband's as rivals who were taking too much of her husband's time, as a result of which he did not have much time for her.
Hey, Charlie. Since I've this book. Kojo. Wow.
Anyway.
Wow, this quotation, this one be quotation or be quote. It be serious.
It be boom.
This be serious matter.
Anyway, it is
the chaotic shout.
Hey,
don't try.
You first. Let me just say a quick good morning to some people I met yesterday. Okay. I went to EcoBank at ANC Mall. I met some amazing people. Albert Okran. Yes. He works with his wonderful colleagues there. I think the lady in Prestige Banking, her name is Nane Kia. I met a lady called Joyce.
Yeah, all baptized into the chaotic family.
Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
So good morning to them all.
All of you out there.
Thank you. They helped me out yesterday.
Yes.
They really helped me.
Good. Chaotic shout to all of you this morning.
Absolutely.
So we can go through the chaotic list. Can we this morning?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's see. Where do we start from? Okay, let's start with this. Now, this is a chaotic birthday to Emilia Bozuma Nunofio of Pentecost Hospital, Medina. Chaotic happy birthday, yes. Coming from your husband, yes, Mr. Samuel Nunofio. The message is, may the good Lord favor you greatly. I love you, Bozo. Wow.
Oh, that's nice.
So the Bozo be the nickname. Hey, Bozo.
Right, a quick chaotic shout to Ellen Nyako Yabua. She's an MPhil, Coastal Resource Management, and she's the CEO of Enix Events on UCC campus.
Wow.
So happy
on UCC campus.
Yes.
Wow. Bruta. Now, there's a belated happy birthday to Mr. Joe Anoche, the Director General of the NCA, National Communications Authority.
Mr. Joe Anoche.
Yes. From all of us here at Multimedia.
The man who set up NASA in MPP.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
When they were monitoring the election.
Bruta guy.
2016. What mind?
Now, another chaotic birthday to Delon Krishna of St. Peter's Mission School, Medina. May the blessing of the Lord be with you from your father Isaac Na. Then there's a happy chaotic birthday as well to Joshua Akamai of the Ministry of Works and Housing. We've got a belated happy birthday, yes, to Miss Augusta Coranting, formerly of the Information Services Department. Then we've got a happy chaotic birthday to Yvette Amano Akrofi of P&G Limited. May you have whatever you've wished for in life. Wow. This one be serious. And the last one, chaotic birthday to Mr. Eric Chrisibwedu of Dansaman Snake, from your daughter Louisa and Benedict and the family, praying for continuous blessings and good health on this memorable occasion. And we've got the main chaotic shout. I think I must stand up. I must stand up for this one. Ladies and gentlemen of the press.
Giorgio, you see my stomach, how flat it is. You see how fit and healthy I am.
Oh yeah.
It's because I'm being looked after.
Oh yeah.
I'm being looked after.
Wow.
Let's say a chaotic birthday.
Yeah.
To Judith. Equia. Buahima.
Buete. Off.
Food pharmacy. Indeed.
We shall all be healthy.
This is the person who is responsible for everything.
Yeah.
All this quality.
You eat well.
It's a Happy birthday to you. God bless you. She's doing amazing.
She's doing amazing job.
Amazing.
Yes.
All right.
We'll have to join and look fit. So the Joysports Center this morning is brought to you by MTN.
Choose your own bundle your own way with MTN Flexi Bundle. Just dial *138# and enjoy bundles that don't expire. Standard Chartered Bank, here for good, also brings you the Joysports Center.
Amen.
All right, now MTN understands that the best things in life should be easy to enjoy, and that is why it's now extra simple to buy your preferred data bundles on *138# on MTN. You can now purchase all of your data bundles via a simpler menu on *138# and bundle away at your own convenience. Go on, enjoy the simpler, easier and more convenient way of buying data that does not expire on MTN, because we're good together. MTN, we there for you everywhere you go. Now let me tell you about Total real quick before George comes back in. Now your car deserves the best treat. Introducing the latest addition to the Total Quartz engine oil family, the Quartz 9000 Future 0W20. Specially conditioned and developed for the latest generation engine. Total Quartz 9000 Future 0W20 delivers excellent engine protection and cleanliness. It increases your oil change interval while reducing your fuel consumption. Look, I poured some of this thing into my car. You remember I used to have some Pradobi?
Yeah.
Yes, I poured this thing into it. Now, as I was pouring it, I could see. Look, the engine was gulping the thing testily. When I finished and I started the engine, I swear the car said, "Hey!" Yeah, you need to try this. Pour it into your engine and just keep it protected and let it keep running and let it stay younger for longer. Join the Total Quartz Nation movement now. El Joju.
So let's get into the Sports Center this morning, and could your reactions continue to come in following the appointment of Nanayo Amponsa as the new CEO of Kumasi Asante Kotoko? As I'm backing him to succeed, others are also advising him on what he must do in his new role. Maurice Kwanzaa is one of those who believes Nanayo is capable of doing the job. He wants him to focus more on building a strong relationship with the fans.
I remember what Herbert did very well, and because of perhaps his background, he's a very good communicator. He communicates his vision clearly. At least you have a sense of where he wants to take the club and how he wants to take the club. But what he did first was to rally the fans, because then, because they weren't winning a lot, so there was despondency. He managed to look, yes, I may be the leader, I may be the driver, but you own the club. Come on board and let's rally. We need, that's where then the Ibima. But he got the fans excited about his vision. About the vision. You need to communicate clearly where the club is. So you need to do some situational analysis. You do it with the board, but find a way of meeting the major stakeholders, the supporters, and how you communicate effectively.
Now, Nanayo Amponsa started work yesterday, and among other things, he's expected to do in the immediate future to appoint members onto the management. One key position he'll be looking at is the communications director role. Some names have come up with Jerome Autry, who is the editor of Kotoko Express, on top of that list. We asked Jerome if he's interested in that role. This is what he had to say.
On any day, I would want to do anything to help us. So I take that as a yes. No. On any day, you do anything to help the club. Yes. No, it's not yes. It is to tell you that you can play other roles without necessarily being the club's head of communication. Okay. That has always been my position.
Still on Kotoko, we've been looking at how Nanayo Amponsa would deal with the tradition and the culture of the club if he wants to succeed. My colleague Hans Mensah Ando has more.
Nanayo Amponsa's promise of getting Asante Kotoko to the Club World Cup is audacious, but the extent to which this promise can be delivered depends to a large extent on how he changes minds and, by extension, practices that have attained cultural status to align with his vision. Kotoko is a bona fide property of the occupants of the Golden Stool, and although the Asantene is not directly involved in the day-to-day running of the club, his word, as with everything in Asanteman, is law. He appoints and dissolves the club's board, which appoints the CEO when it deems necessary. Many believe the current administrative structure is problematic and will prove counterproductive to the efforts of the club's new CEO.
I think you all know that I don't like this structure for Kotoko going forward, especially in the 21st century. So you all know I'm not a fan of this who appoints a board. Yeah. The board appoints a CEO. Now we are not sure who is bankrolling the club. A CEO could bankroll the club, and the board thinks they have the authority from Otumpo, and then the CEO feels that he's bankrolling the club, and so he has authority here. It's messy, and it can be very messy with Kotoko.
Patience is thin on the part of funds to allow for long-term planning and the building of proper structures to ensure sustainable success and commercial growth.
Well, let's do some boxing this morning in a way, definitely. We have to talk about boxer Patrick Aluti. He's unhappy with the Ghana Boxing Authority for not publishing the latest on a 6-month ban handed him. Aluti last week exhausted the ban which was giving him following an assault on a football fan during a Hearts Kotoko game in January. The boxer has set the ban, and for him it's only right for the GBA to make public his status since the ban was well publicized.
I've talked to the manager, the CEO, and he told me he'll find maybe within this week he'll find a day and go to the GBA and talk so that they'll find a solution to that. Because me, I want them to. I don't know if the president will agree with me, but to me, I would like them to write a letter and put it on social media like they do to ban me, so that every social media member will see, or everyone on social media will see, so that maybe one day if I'm in the ring fighting, it will not cause any problem outside, because some might know that I've been banned and now I'm in the ring. Some might know that the ban has been lifted, and maybe there will be a misunderstanding that will cause another problem.
Let's do some European stuff now. We get into the Europa League, and Manchester United needed an extra time penalty from Bruno Fernandes to finally see off a spirited FC Copenhagen and sets up a potential Europa League semi-final against Wolves. Fernandes broke through in familiar style, keeping cool to drive in United's 21st spot kick of the season at the start of the extra period to extend the marathon season by another week. We can now hear from, one matter who put on the man of the match performance.
Of course, it's hot and humid. Maybe you cannot feel that on TV, but also the season has been very long. Many players have played many games, so it's normal that there are some players tired. But that's why we have a long squad, and whoever plays try to perform. So now it's time to recover, to be honest, because we don't have too many days until the next game.
Wolves Sevilla, both encounters your respect massively. Having that one-day recovery, how much will that help you, and how big a challenge are those two sides you face now?
Hopefully it helps, and hopefully they can play extra time and a long game and a very tough game. But both great teams, and it's going to be difficult to get into that final.
We can now hear from the Manchester United manager, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer.
Yeah, we deserve to win. Of course, we created enough chances to win the game, but it's always tense when you don't score on all the opportunities you create. So they made us work really hard. It was always tense. So for me, very happy to be in the semis. But we've been in semis all the season. We've been in both in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup. So we need to go one step further now. But we are ready now for the next week, and the first time in however long we have 6 days to prepare for a game.
In the ninth South game, Romelu Lukaku scored for a record 9th consecutive Europa League game as Inter Milan beat Bayer Leverkusen in Dusseldorf to reach the semi-final. Now, Nicolo Barella fired home an excellent 20-yard strike to give Inter the lead. Lukaku controlled Ashley Young's pass and turned the defender and slotted home for his 31st goal of the season. Kai Havertz, smashed home from 6 yards out to give Leverkusen hope, but they could not find a leveler to force extra time in the one-off tie. So let's talk about the games to come tonight. We've got Wolves up against the serial winners, Sevilla. And ahead of the game, the Wolverhampton Wanderers boss, Nuno Espirito Santo, speaking.
Very good team, very tough opponents, good players, good manager. Big challenge for us. I think all the teams involved in this competition know each other very well. Sevilla is a very good team. We've been analyzing, and we know of their talent and their quality. And the quality of Julian that I know personally. And it's going to be a very tough match, very, very tough.
The winner of Wolves versus Sevilla will play against Manchester United in the ninth South game. We've got Shakhtar Donetsk up against Basel. And the winner of that game will play Inter Milan in the semi-finals. Let's end with tennis this morning. And top-level tennis returns to the United States this week for the WTA event in Kentucky. 23-time Grand Slam winner Serena Williams is the number 1 seed. It's a very strong field with sister Venus Williams alongside Americans Coco Gauff and Sloane Stephens, as well as Victoria Azarenka and Johanna Konta. Now, the BBC's tennis reporter Gigi Simon says the success of this tournament builds well, or will build well definitely, for the US Open, which starts at the end of this month.
There's going to be a lot of anxious people from the players who are making their way there. For a lot of the players, it's their first tournament back since the pandemic. To tournament organisers, to those at the USTA, United States Tennis Association, because they are hoping to bring over 1,000 people together in a bubble for the US Open at the end of this month. And while the tour officially returned last week in Palermo, it did have some withdrawals due to COVID concerns, including former world number 1 Simona Halep. There was a player who tested positive in qualifying, but that was dealt with very well. The tournament continued and we had a winner, but this is the first tournament in the US since the pandemic. I think that is why there's been extra precautions taken. There's extra eyes on this event. If it goes off smoothly and it has a stacked field, then that is a massive boost for the US Open.
So all eyes on the WTA event in Kentucky. Very, 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 very important, as we see if the tennis stars will get the confidence going into the Grand Slam, the US Open, at the end of the month. That's about it for the Joysports Center, and inviting all of you to follow us on Instagram, JoySportsGH, on Twitter at JoySportsGH. My Joy Online, of course, you have all the stories to read when you hear the sports stuff there. And on Facebook is Joy Sports. And remember, tomorrow we're coming away with Champions League commentary.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. You know, somebody said that they stopped watching the TV just to come and listen to your commentary on radio.
That's actually the thing about our commentary. You know, you must do with our commentary even when you're watching television.
I tell you.
You know, normally the role of radio commentary is when you are not at home, when you can't watch television, you listen. When you get home, then you continue. But people love our commentary.
You guys,
so
honestly,
these days we are doing it alongside the television, and we love it so much. And it's great stuff. So tomorrow we're back in the quarterfinals, and it's going to be really, really interesting. But tonight, let's see of the Europa boys, you know, and let's see where Manchester United go. Congratulations to Manchester United. I mean, they are breaking records, 21 penalties this season. Fantastic. And when I was complaining on Twitter, they sent me messages that they are going to get 2 more to win it. I'm like, okay, all right, continue. Every game penalty. So
listen to Samuel Adame. Listen to Samuel Adame.
I'm not. Let's be fair here. Every penalty.
Checho, what's the problem? Hold on.
Even if they win by 2 goals to nil.
Hold on.
Because when they win by 2 goals to nil, they have to give them penalty before.
Hold on. Penalty. No, hold on. Penalty. Oh, listen. Penalty is a part of the game.
Oh, Mijai.
I knew this is what you say.
I know this is what you say.
So now you think for me. Is it part of the game? Penalties are they part of the game? Actually hits the post 3 times.
Hey, so there are 4 grown men standing up in the studio, shouting over each other, trying to make a point about a team that doesn't share even 5 cedis of their revenue with them when they won
the World Cup,
when they make money.
Penalty.
What?
Okay. Brazil.
What?
1994.
I wish
of the game.
Okay, so
I wish Man well. May you continue to win penalties and use penalties in the football world.
Churchill has beaten you with institutional memory.
Oh, wait, when did institutional memory? Which one? Every day. 21.
Look.
21 penalties.
My friend, the record. Turn your head.
Okay,
relax. Quick correction. First of all, I mentioned that I met somebody at EcoBank whose name was Nana Equia. It's not Nana.
It's Nana.
No, it's actually.
Pronounce the name.
The man is on his phone. Hold on.
Let me get the name. Don't do that. The name is Nana Ajwa.
Oh, Nana Ajwa.
Because maybe it's because I was thinking about Judith. Judith of food farmers.
It's a Kenya.
Salad master. Check it.